Welcome to The Funnel. My name is John Shane. I'm president of Alignment Group. This is episode number 276 of The Funnel. Nonsense communication is killing your sales team. Before we begin, I want to remind you, head on over to alignment-group.com/The Funnel, subscribe to The Funnel, and receive a coupon code for the online sales training class. Today's agenda: define the nonsense. Make a stand. Listening skills and good questioning. So let me give you sort of the background on defining the nonsense. I want you to pick your favorite sport. And then I want, kind of think about leading up to the big game between two teams or even your favorite team. And then after the game, and watch the interviews. Watch the interviews with the players. Watch the interviews with the coaches. Even the announcers on the pregame, in the NFL today, you can pretty much watch on Sunday from 8 o'clock in the morning until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Interviews and conversation about football. And it's interesting because they say nothing. It's nonsense. Most of the responses to questions from players are canned responses, and coaches. We have to work harder. We play together as a team. We have to fix that problem. That can't happen during a game. We have to do a better job. It's on me. I've got to get better, et cetera, et cetera. Think about politicians, right? And I've said this before. Some big news comes out, and then the politicians from both sides of the argument come out of the woodwork, and all the pundits come out of the woodwork. And it's all canned because they're all saying the same thing. On one side, they have their talking points. On the other side, they have their talking points, and they just keep hammering it. And it's working because then you get to your favorite event or cocktail party, or you're at in some social situation, and people are repeating what they've heard on the news, talking points. That's nonsense. You get nonsense from sales reps too. You get nonsense from managers if you're a VP or a business owner. Okay? And that nonsense is killing you. That nonsense is what gets in the way of getting things done. We're making progress. How many times have you heard that? That's a good one, right? I've got lots of stuff. Let's talk about it. What do you mean? Can't you just give it to me? It takes time. The pipeline looks good. Those are things that don't really say anything. People talk to you and they don't say anything. So when you read an email from a rep or a manager and it doesn't give you any details, red flags should go up. If you're in a conversation and it doesn't give you any details, red flags should go up. And it doesn't in a lot of cases because that's how you've communicated to your manager in the past, and so on and so on. So it sort of perpetuates itself. So you go up to a rep and you say, hey, how's this? You're in your meeting, and how are we doing with this? Oh, it's great. I'm working hard. I'm really doubling down on my effort. And I'm making a lot more calls. And I'm having a lot more meetings. And my pipeline looks really strong. And I think I'm going to have a great month. Oh, awesome. And you feel so much better relieved. Because everything's going their way. And the numbers look good. Okay? That's the nonsense. People are conditioned to do that because they don't want to be held accountable for the results. They don't want you to come back to them when it doesn't happen the way they said it was going to happen. So some of you might say, well, we have reporting and we have CRMs. Yeah, I get that. And if they're really documenting their activities and you have your metrics down and you have your conversations the way they're supposed to be, your meeting cadence is working great, you can avoid the nonsense conversations. But oftentimes it's a real gray. Maybe you're not using a CRM at this point, and there are companies that are out there like that. Or maybe the reps are doing their own individual CRM. Okay, so there's a lot of variables and factors. So what you're relying on from them is to communicate clearly what's going to happen next and how their performance is going to lay out in the end, whether they're going to get to the number, whatever it is, whether the deal's going to get done. You're relying on their communication, and they're giving you doublespeak, and they're giving you nonsense, and they're giving you general responses that sound good, but they have no teeth to them. So I love watching those interviews and on the news and sports because I want to see how long they can go without actually saying anything. And it's very rare that an interviewer holds them to some higher standard. Well, you didn't really answer the questions. You just gave me talking points. Can you come back? Give me specifics. And when you start pushing them, they just repeat what they already said, and sometimes they with a slight little nuance to it. So it's time for you to make a stand. Stop accepting the general response. Now, if you've done this all along, it's going to come as a shock to people that you're going to change that. So let it be known. I want clear, detailed responses. And if I can't get them, I'm going to keep asking until I do get them. So I'll give you a real world example outside of sales, so maybe you can relate to this. You ever say to a kid, did you clean your room? Clean your room, right? Go clean your room. Okay. Did you clean it? Yep, it's done. Looks great. You go up there and it's like, wow, this is not clean. There's stuff everywhere. And you open up drawers and things are stuffed in. And you look under the bed and it's just like crammed. You open up the closet, stuff falls out on you. That's not clean. It's clean to them. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to go clean your room. First thing I need you to do is take all the clothes off the floor. Dirty clothes. Put them in the laundry. Clean clothes. Folded and put in the appropriate drawers. And then you can go through the list of other things that are laying around there. Dishes, cups, glasses, if they eat or drink in their room. Whatever it is. I need you to come down and clean that stuff or put it in the dishwasher. Then I need you to vacuum the floor. Then I need you to make your bed. So you're laying out details of exactly what it is you expect from them. Moving forward, this is how I expect your room to be clean. So did you clean it to my standard? Yes. You go up there and everything's done? Fine. So I'd say have a meeting. Lay out your expectations in responses. I don't want general doublespeak. I want proof. So if I ask you about a specific opportunity, I can look in the system, right, CRM, if you have that, and I can see all the details associated with it. Then I want to get your feedback, very specific feedback on what's happening with that opportunity. So you want to make a stand. You want to have people understand that you're looking for more than general responses back, more than the doublespeak and the nonsense. Because they're just giving it to you to get out of the room and move on. And sometimes people are accepting it because they don't want to deal with what happens after that. So you own part of that. And you've probably accepted it for an extended period of time. So you need to stop it. Or you're going to put yourself in harm's way. You're going to put your company in harm's way. You're going to put the rep in harm's way. It's just not good. Listening skills and good questioning. This is simple. This won't happen overnight. But you really need to listen to what they're saying. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Somebody told me a long time ago, and I share it with you. If you really listen, people will tell you exactly what you need to know. Okay, we just came through the holiday season. For me, we celebrate Christmas. So as I'm talking to people, my kids and my family, and the little things come out that they tell me, I just bank it. I ask more questions. I ask other questions around it. So when it comes time to maybe buy them something, I nail it. Because I listened. So you have to listen to what's being said and then demand details. Layer your questions. Yeah, things are going great. Define great. I'm making a lot more calls. Okay. How many calls did you make? Define the number of calls you were making. Give me the number of calls you are making. Let's see if that works. I have more meetings. Okay, how many more meetings? You get the point. Layer your questions. Listen to what they're telling you. Look for detail in there. If there's no detail in there, ask another question. This is a work in progress. It will take time. Okay, I need to understand what that means. Tell me what work in progress means. Well, we're onboarding them. And they're not really from our industry, so it's going to take a little bit more time. Give me the little bit more time. Is it a month, 2 months, 3 months? What do you think? What are you focusing on now? You see where I'm going with this? You just keep asking question after question after question. You layer it, you listen, you write notes. Eventually, here's what's going to happen. They're going to learn that when they come into a meeting with you, they better have their ducks in a row and they better have details, because you're not going to accept nonsense responses. You're not going to accept nonsense emails. Will it happen overnight? Nope. It's going to take time. And then the new people that come in, they're going to know it right up front. You're not going to accept that. Some people may not be able to handle that. You might have to go through some disciplinary action. You might have to force the hand. Somebody may have to go. Just the way it works. But I can tell you this. If you do it the right way, you do what I said here, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable about what's going on in the sales department than the way you're feeling right now, if those are the kinds of responses you're accepting. So think about that. You can find us on Facebook.com/alignment group. Of course, I'm on Twitter @ShayJohnR and LinkedIn. Feel free to connect with me. Contact me, jshay@alignment-group.com, or go to the website. We got a lot of really cool stuff there. And by the way, if you email me, I will respond back to you. Subscribers get a free coaching call, so don't forget that. As always, keep feeling the funk.